Hey, you ready?
No shit, it's you.
Hey, 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 yeah, hey. Let's chop it up. Let's chop it. Let's chop it up. Let's chop it. Let's chop it. Yeah, let's chop it up. Let's chop it up.
All right, this is Let's Chop It Up with Zaz, and today we got a special guest, man, from Detroit, Michigan, Fatt Father. What's going on, bro?
What's up, brother? How you feeling?
Chilling, man. Feeling amazing, man. How about you?
Oh, man, no complaints, bro. Taking it one day at a time, man.
And you should be feeling amazing. You know what I mean? Because the aura that you give, right? The way you carry yourself on social media, the way you handle yourself and you know, everything that you do, you could tell that you put 100% into everything, and everything that you do have the purpose, and it comes across as, yo, listen, this is real life, man. But Fatt Father's telling it to you the way he see it.
Yeah, I'm speaking like it's just reality. It's my perspective, though. Like I do understand that. One thing I understand is, even though it's how I see it, it is what it is in my world. I understand that you may perceive it another way, and the only thing we can do from that point is communicate, bro. Like, hey, let's chop it up. If you got
there you go.
If you got something you need a little bit more detail on, hit me up, bro. I'm not hard to find. Cats be in my DM all the time who don't think I'm going to respond with the question just about some, hey, man, what did you mean on this song by this, man? Were you trying to diss such and such? And I ain't got no problem with responding. No, man, I wasn't trying to diss nobody.
But that's powerful, though. That's powerful, though, because that means everybody's paying attention, man.
Yeah. Word.
And as an artist, that's what you want.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
So you got it in the pocket there, man, with that. If you got that going on in your life, man, with what you got going on with the music, then you accomplish, man. I mean, listen, as artists, we want to get heard. We want to put a point across, right? So if you got people coming at you like that in the DM for clarification on something that you said on the record, brother, that's insane. Because we're not even talking about beef. We're talking about, like you said, clarification. You know what I mean? And for that, that means that people are really paying attention, man. So that's, yo, right off the back. See what I mean? That's what I'm talking about, man.
Yeah, and ain't nothing doper. Just imagine, man, standing next to an artist that painted a portrait, and to you, it just looked like a bunch of paint splashed on there. But actually having that artist right there to say, well, if you look at the detail, I was feeling this way about this, and I was seeing this. So what you see right there may look like a splash of blue, but that's really how I was feeling in the moment. And just to have that clarification from the artist will make you appreciate the picture more.
Wow, how about that? That's painted definitely straight, man. So I want to get right into it, right?
Word.
To me, from what I've been noticing, Fatt Father means a lot, man. Fatt Father is, to me, it's not just the artist's name, right? You have taken that to the highs, right?
Right.
From the clarifications that you just mentioned, from being a father.
Yeah.
Right? From having to move different, from having to make decisions in your life to better yourself so that you would be able to see your kids grow old one day.
Yeah.
Explain to us the meaning of a father to you.
Well, to me, man, it's kind of like Fatt Father and Daddy is one and the same. I never, you know, although I was Fatt Father before I even had children, it started with me always being the fat kid and growing to a point where I was confident in who I was, but I needed to put a new stamp on the new way that I felt. So I added a T to the fat, and I created my own genre of fat. And this genre was untouchable. There was no shame. he always feels like $1 million. He's on top of the world and at peace with what it is right now. You know what I'm saying? So that's Fatt Father. Now, when my daughter was born, I got a daughter and a son. I had to adjust some things, man. You know what I'm saying? I had finally it came full circle, and now the name meant even more than just a new genre of Fatt. But I never stopped being daddy to be Fatt Father, and I never stopped being Fatt Father to be daddy. And if you really look deep into it, my children are like two of the greatest records that I've ever recorded. Now, upon making these children, the procreation is just like a song in the studio. You know, me and my wife went in and we made two of the greatest songs ever. Now, as they grow, we're simply just mixing the product. We trying to get them as solid as possible, sonically and the presentation. You know what I'm saying? At some point, they're going to be released into the world. You know what I'm saying? And people are going to get to review our product. They are going to say, wow, those are some dope ass records. You know what I'm saying?
How about
like
that?
That's what Fatt Father is, man. This whole time, if you watch, you see my children grow up. If you really dig into my discography, if you really dig into my videos and dig into my interviews for years and years, like, man, I pulled my son's first tooth. I was in the studio and Slaughterhouse was in the next room recording the album that came out on Shady. Wow. And I was in the next studio over with Marv One pulling my son's tooth because he was at the studio with me. Like, I've always included them. You know what I'm saying? So just finding a way to include them in my dream instead of picking one or the other, I just said, hey, it's going to be music and fatherhood, or it's just going to be fatherhood. But I love music, and music makes me better because it's my way to vent and put things out into the world. So if I can find a way to include them, to also let them see me and how I move around and man, it's so valuable because my children see how people greet me on the street. They see people come up to me and shake my hand, and they see people send me messages and leave comments that say, man, you inspire me to be a better father. Like, and not just musically, like even in my community. Like when my daughter was in the elementary school, I've brought singers up to the school to sing for her on her birthday in front of the whole class with flowers, and the principal come up to me like, man, you make me feel like I'm not doing a good job as a father. I'm about to go home and hug my daughters. So it's bigger than music. I'm trying to leave an imprint on the world, man, with my children and with the way that I carry myself. So that, I mean, to answer the question, that's what Fatt Father represents.
How
you know
about
what I'm
that?
saying?
That's a big representation, man. You know, and you know what's so funny? That should be automatic.
Yeah.
With everybody, because the love is real, man. You know what I mean?
Yes, definitely, bro.
Definitely. So you take that very serious, man.
To the heart, man.
So let's
ain't
talk.
No do-over.
No, there ain't no do. You know what? That's one thing that's not a do-over, man. It's not a do-over. Once you do it, how you did it is how it's gonna come out, man.
Yeah.
So you definitely have to have that. Definitely have to. So you talking about decisions, you made a hell of a decision, and it shows, and you've worked very hard for a full year where you've lost a ton of weight.
Yes.
Which to me, it's very inspiring. you know, to see you do that, it's like, yo, maybe I'm not doing enough. You know, maybe I gotta go and lift, you know, lift them barbells or those dumbbells. You know what I'm saying, to get that weight
Right.
down. What drove you to do that?
My children, my family, like, bruh, and I was already in the mind frame and the grind frame to get it done. But then COVID came along and it was like, yo, first of all, I'm a big fan of The Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead. I watch all of them shows,
You watch
right?
all of them.
So the first thing I'm thinking is, in those initial months, every day felt like I had to prepare to go out for supplies. I was feeling like Rick, you know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking like, damn, if I'm out trying to get supplies and I get like trapped by some zombies, am I going to have the wind to fight my way out of there? Like, if I can't get that high blood pressure medication, if something happened where the pharmacy stopped functioning, because you got to remember, we couldn't even get toilet paper or water. So if we can't get the bare necessity like water, what if I can't get that lisinopril? What if I can't get that metoprolol? I need to not be dependent on anything but what God gave me. So I just went in, man. I got me a personal trainer, my man, Coach Lance. And he just started hipping me to nutrition, you know, not just eating certain things, but understanding how mixing and matching certain things to make sure you get all of your nutrition and nutrients, to be productive, because people don't understand the way you eat and what you eat also helps you lose weight, even without exercise.
Yeah.
If you simply eat right and get your metabolism boosted, you're on the right track. Then you throw the dedication to exercise in there. Oh, you cooking with gas, man. But it all starts with mind state. Mind state equals grind state. You know what I'm saying? If the mindset is like, I want to lose weight, but I don't want to do the work, you never probably going to go all the way in.
No.
Because doing the work is the biggest part. And I lost 100 pounds with no surgery. No, it's all natural. I put down fried food. I put down pop, any carbonated drinks. I don't use sugar in my house. I don't even buy sugar anymore. If I need a sweetener, it's honey, natural honey. You know what I'm saying? I don't eat any corn products. I learned how corn functions in the body and how the body can't process it like it processes other foods. I learned how carbohydrates work with protein, how fiber works with protein. You know what I'm saying? So it's an education thing, because, like I said, mind state equals grind state. So that's COVID and family put me in full go.
That's what's up. Yeah, a lot of people took that time, man, that downtime to better themselves, man. I mean, if you
Yeah.
didn't take advantage of that, man, which is still going on to this day. Let's be
Yes,
honest, it's
it's
not over
not
yet.
over, bro.
You know what I mean? So that's definitely, you definitely took that to the next level, man. So, and I want to congratulate you on that. Definitely want to congratulate
Thank
you on
you.
that.
Thank you, brother.
And let's talk about the Fat Killers, man.
Yeah, man. Fat Killers is a group that I started with my man Marv One, with Shimmy Bango, known as Bang Belushi now, and King Gordy. Back in 2002, it actually started like a joke. It was just something I used to walk around and say, I'm a fat killer. Like I said, my confidence was on 100. You know what I'm
As well as
saying?
you should, as well as it should.
And you know, I had met King Gordy through my man Cobb, and so we already had established a relationship. And then my man Cobb was telling me about this young battle rapper that he met, and his name was Marv One, and he was like, man, he reminds me of you. His personality, his arrogance, the confidence is like. So we met each other outside of this spot in Detroit called the Lush Lounge. This was where everybody used to go on Wednesday night, the open mic. It was either you was fire or you just got stared at while you was on stage. You know what I'm saying? So we was just outside, and the chemistry just was automatic. And it was like, man, we should be the Fat Killers. And it was like, yeah, it's kind of started as a joke. And then my man Cobb, may he rest in peace, he was like, yo, that's not a bad idea. And so we started throwing ideas around. Then we hit Gordy up. He was like, I'm with it. And then one night we was at the spot called the Millennium AD, and Obi Trice was coming in the door, and in with him walks this fat dude with one bowed leg and a birthmark on his face. And he was so confident, like he was the coolest fat motherfucker in the world. And it was like, yo, we need that confident, that like with all of us, like people used to look at us like the nerve of these fat dudes. They think that they run the world. They are like, we didn't care, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's the
like,
best way to be, man.
Yeah. So, you know, we started the group, man. But everybody was a solo artist. You know what I'm saying? Initially. And, you know, so Gordy dropped the album first, and then we dropped the group album, and we dropped the EP and some mixtapes. And to this day, man, we have a following of people. Now, the Fat Killers haven't dropped the project in years, but people still hit us up and ask. But to me, that was a stepping stone in the journey. You know what I'm saying? I'm not mad at it. I'm not bitter about it not being what it was, because I believe that everything happened for a reason. Even when I look at my kids, like at one point I was getting up going to soccer games every Saturday. Then my son said, I don't want to play soccer no more. Like that, but now he's producing. He played a saxophone, and he's 12. You know what I'm saying? And he's actually making dope music. So I feel like, hey, his journey, although he don't want to be a famous soccer player, his journey, he went out there and tried that. It was good for the moment. He had fun. Now he's moving on to the next thing. You know, same thing with my daughter. She plays clarinet, but she says she don't know if she want to play anymore, but she loves ballet. Like, that's all I try to teach, is that, hey, you don't be scared to try anything.
Yes.
Just never stop being productive.
Consistent.
So the Fat Killers taught me a lot. That was the first time I really got to tour like that. You know, the camaraderie, the being on the road, man, with making pennies from time to time, sometimes making nothing, just living for the love of the culture, just learning different business and learning the do's and the don'ts of the game, and meeting and politicking with different people. It served its purpose in my journey.
Yeah, because we actually, a lot of people don't know, the littlest things that you take from another situation is going to be involved later on when you take action on other things that you want to do in life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Definitely. So you had some heavy influences, man, when it comes to Fatt Father, man. Scarface, Notorious B.I.G., Royce the 5'9".
Yeah. And you know, I can't forget the Fat Boys. Like, the Fat Boys was the beginning. Like when I saw Crush Groove.
Oh,
You know what I'm
man.
saying? Like when I saw Crush Groove and I saw these fat dudes who wasn't ashamed of being fat, embracing their fatness and still making the ladies like, yo,
Yo, man, you could have told me nothing after I watched that
yeah,
joint. I was like, yo, son,
yeah,
I
bro.
was
And
stepping
then,
out like a new man, bro.
yeah, man. So it's like, uh, that was like when I was like, yeah, this is what it is. Now moving into those names, some of those names you just named, like then Biggie just took it to another level for me because at the same time I was a super big fan of the Fat Boys. At one point when they started getting into different movies and stuff like that, you could tell that they were more so like Hollywood was really trying to push the gimmick and the funny side of them to the full. Like when you watch Disorderlies and stuff
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that, man, they had them, kicking each other. It was like some Three Stooges shit. But then Biggie came and it was like Fat Black Ugly as ever. However, and he's sitting on a throne with the baddest women in the game, with Aaliyah, with Faith Evans, with Mary J. Blige, and these women are singing to him. And I'm like, yo, this is like Fat Boys 2.0. You know what I'm
2.0, man.
saying?
Man, that
So it
was
was
amazing
like
too, man.
Biggie gave me that, hey man, the fat shit can really mean whatever you want it to mean.
It's up to you, man.
It's
That's one
it's
of those
it's up to
situations.
you.
It's one of those situations. Play your cards right. He played his cards
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, man. And that and then Scarface, of course, is just so real. Like the
Yes.
one thing I love about Scarface is I believe him. All the ghetto boys, Willie D, man. Believe it or not, Willie D is one of my favorite rappers. Not because Willie D is a hell of a syllable spitter or none of that. Willie D is just real.
He's
And
real.
when I met Willie D, I almost fanned out, bro. Like I was on tour with Trick Trick and Ice Cube in 2008. We were in Houston, Texas. And, I walked in the dressing room after the show and I looked. First of all, we already been city to city with Ice Cube. So Cube and Dub C and all of these cats are in there. Most of the cats you've seen on Friday movies who roll with Cube are in there. So it's surreal. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And then I look in the corner and Scarface is standing over there eating Kentucky Fried Chicken. And then I see Willie D right there. I'm like, yo, is that Willie Dennis? I asked Trick. I say, yo, is that Willie D? He said, hell yeah, nephew. I say, dog, I'm not a male. I don't jump up like it's all respect, it's all love.
Yes.
But when I seen Willie D, I had to go talk to him. And all I kept saying as I was walking over is, please let Willie D be Willie D. Please let him be who I've come to believe he is, right?
Yes.
So I walk up to him, I greet him, and Willie, he like, what up? And we kicking it. And then, like I say, I'm trying not to fan out. But the hip hop side is like, yo, listen, OG, I just have to ask, what do I have to do to get a feature? Right? Willie D says, well, first thing you have to do is not be whack as fuck. Man, I was so happy that Willie D was really Willie D. When he said that, that's what I would expect Willie D to say.
Yeah, yeah.
So then he gave me his email address and he told me to send him a song, right? And he said, if it ain't whack as fuck, he'll get back with me. I send the song and he never replied. So
Oh,
to this
man.
day, I don't know if Willie D thought I was whack as fuck or he just didn't get the email, bro. But it was still an honor to meet Willie D. So
Yeah,
yeah.
definitely, man. Definitely. Yeah, yeah. Still to this day, he's the same dude, man.
Yeah, saying just organic, man.
Yes.
Even when you watch his YouTube channel, it's like you watching your uncle sit there and kick it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Royce the 5'9", right? You got to
Yeah.
rub elbows with him. Obviously, you're there. What's your take? You think that he gets enough flowers?
No, I don't. I think Royce, right now, man, Royce is the best rapper in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Royce is the best rapper in the game. Like, and he's only gotten better with age. Like, as the years went by, it's like he's turning into a super MC. Like he's a mega MC, man. His wordplay. I was just listening to the verse on Father Figure from the Toby and Wegway song.
Yeah.
Yo, man, if you really listen to Royce word for word on that verse, it blows my mind every time. Like, it's so much being said in that verse, and the way that he's saying it, nobody else can do it that way. Royce is hands down. And once he got sober, and then the music started to have content, because we all know Royce can rhyme.
Yes.
He's been able to rhyme, but a lot of the stuff used to go over people's heads because he was just rhyming. Once Royce started to focus on what was going on and actually put messages in the music, man, I think he's untouchable.
And listen, and that's just a portion, man. The production, though.
Yeah, and he just started that. And already produced. Come on, man. He produced an entire project, put it out himself, and was nominated for a Grammy. Who doing that today? Who doing that today without a machine behind them? And people could sit there and say, yeah, but he knows Eminem. Well, let me tell you something, man. When I hear Royce 5'9" name, I don't think Eminem. I just don't. I know that's his partner. I know that's his brother. I know that's he affiliated, but I don't think that, hey, if there's no Eminem, there's no Royce. Maybe the journey different. Maybe the path is different. Maybe the path didn't lead to, hey, I met Dr. Dre, I did this and then moved on, but the path is still there because that talent is undeniable, bro.
And they had to do that.
Yeah,
they had to do that, man, because you know what? Everybody was like, hold up, what? You know Royce? What? You better pull Royce out. You know what I'm saying? It was one of those things, like, you know, that was like a forced thing with Eminem. He had to do that. You know what I'm saying? But that I'm so glad that it happened that way, and I'm so glad that he is the way he is. Because to me, he's like a Willie D. The way he carries himself, the way he puts himself out there. I mean, he's real as they can be, man. So that's definitely amazing how he's carrying himself nowadays. But yeah, man. And what was your relationship with Proof, man?
Oh, that's my brother. That's my brother. It was beyond music. Proof was somebody I could call and say, hey, man, my light's about to get cut off, man. I need to, can I borrow a couple dollars so I could take care of this bill? Or Proof was somebody that if I heard he did something crazy, I would call him and be like, yo, you know that's some bullshit, bro. You know that's some BS. Like, why you out here doing that, man? You got kids, you got a family, man. Go home. Like Proof was the type of dude, like, Proof knew, he always knew better, but sometimes he's get to partying and you gotta tap him on the shoulder, like, bro, that's enough partying. I done seen you for 4 days straight in the same t-shirt that I gave you. That's a Fat Killer promo shirt that you done. You know, he just out here partying. You just see a BMW pull up and Proof jump out in pajama pants and a t-shirt, like popping bottles of Moet. He was just like, he didn't care about the celebrity side of
No.
things. Proof was just always Proof, man. And that's one reason why I loved him. And I could always, like, when the Searching for Jerry Garcia album, I did the original intro to that album. And when I met Proof, he had me meet him at the studio. He was an hour late. Every time I called him, he kept telling me he was around the corner. So by the time he pulled up, I was pissed because I had my girl at that time drop me off at the studio. So I'm just standing outside of the studio. And I'm so pissed. I'm like, when he get here, I'm gonna cuss his ass out. And man, the truck pulls up. Proof is in the passenger seat. Before the truck stops, he opens the door. He dives out. He tucks and rolls, jumps up, and gives me a hug. And I'm not mad anymore. It's like his whole vibe, his energy. You couldn't stay mad at Proof.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my guy, man. You know, he
That's
come to my
amazing.
house. We take road trips together. You know what I'm saying? He always find a way. Proof gave me my first check for coming to the studio and featuring on a song. And the song never saw the light of day, but I understand why he did it now. You know, he had to show me that, hey, you have a talent. You should be paid for your talent. You shouldn't feel bad about taking money for your talent. You know what I'm saying? So it was a lot of lessons in what Proof used to tell me and show me. So that was my brother, man. May he rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace, Proof, man. Definitely. Sheesh. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure he did that for a lot of people, man. Because
Yes.
you know he used to host those those battles and stuff. And
Yeah.
man, that's amazing, man. Yeah. Yeah, man. So when are we gonna see a Black Milk and Fatt Father album?
I don't know, man.
Come on, Black Milk, stop playing.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not gonna say it was not possible, but
Yeah.
I don't know, bro. I also understand that, you know, like I said, that every day pass, you become a different version of yourself, hopefully a better version. Like I said, maybe it's not, me and Black has worked in the past, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? But I don't know. Maybe Black don't feel this version of Fatt Father like that. And it's cool.
And that's
'Cause
cool.
musically, you know what I'm saying? Musically, we all elevate. Like, even when you listen to Black Milk music, a lot of it has changed
Yeah, it
from
has.
back in the day. You
Definitely
know,
has.
he's a lot deeper into live instrumentation. He's a lot deeper into, you know, more than the basic hip hop boom bap sound. And that's good. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, man. If it was meant to happen, it'll happen.
Definitely. And you went in on that song, man, with Sean Price and Guilty Simpson.
Oh, word, man. Those cats, whenever you got a track with Sean Price, Guilty Simpson, and Rock Marciano,
Mm.
um, like well, I actually got, I don't know which one you talking about, because I'm on a Random Acts album.
The Random Acts album, that's what I'm talking about.
It's me, Guilty Simpson, and Sean Price on the Shirley C joint.
Yes.
So okay, that was the first time I collaborated with Sean Price, not the first time I collaborated with Guilty. But it was like, yo, this dude brings it every time. So then I hit him up to do a song on my Fatherhood album. And it was me, Sean Price, Guilty Simpson, and Rock Marciano on a song called Grime that my man Chains produced. And it was like, yo, with these three cats on the track, if I don't bring it, You know what I'm saying? Plus, I have to go first. I'm not rapping after them. I just wasn't gonna do that, bro. Come on, I'll be a damn fool. Fatt Father's not about to rap after Guilty Simpson,
Yo.
John Price, and Rock Marciano.
Hey, listen.
No, bro.
Listen, man. Tomato, you on that level, man, with those cats, man. You know what I'm saying? But I get what you coming from, though. But
Yeah, I don't. I mean, believe me, I feel like I do my thing, and I do believe that it's definitely value in my name and what I bring. But I also have the utmost respect for those who I am also a fan of, and like cats like Sean Price and cat like Rock Marciano and Guilty Simpson. These are my brothers who I've watched tour and touch all of these many different parts of the world, man. And just their voices, like when people listening to them, just the faces they make, and the way that you get into these rhyme patterns and these words, and bruh, it's just, I'm a fan.
definitely got to be a fan. I always say you got to be a fan first, man.
Yeah.
You got to be a fan first, man. Because if you think for 1 minute, you wasn't a fan, so how did you hear about hip hop? What'd you know about hip hop? I mean, you had to be steered the right way by somebody. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
So let me ask you now that we're here, what's going on with Fat Cat, man, in Detroit? What's happening with him? What are you doing?
Oh, Fat Cat's still out here on his grind, man. You know, of course, COVID slowed everything down, but that's why he called himself Ronnie Euro, because he always getting that overseas money, man. But yeah, Fat Cat ain't never gonna stop, man.
Nah, he ain't never gonna stop, man.
That's
That
my
boy,
guy too, man. Like
man.
humble dude, one of the greatest, man. Like I got a few songs with Fat Cat. Like that's my dude.
Definitely, man. I would like to hear like a little compilation with you guys, man. Both of you. That would be insane, man.
Yeah, now that probably, I could see that happening. Like that could actually, because we actually still communicate like that, and you know what I'm saying?
That is
So that's
great.
possible.
That is great. So everything we talked about, that was all good and everything, Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. I had the honor to listen to your new upcoming album that's gonna be released soon, Soccer Dad.
Word. Oh, I appreciate it, brother.
My brother, that's what you call an entire album. You can play it from the intro all the way through. You take us on a ride, right?
Yeah.
You make us, you're teaching us what's going on and actually how to go about it when it happens.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like you rolled up all the versions of you, and now you're like, here.
Mm-hmm.
This is Fatt Father at his best, man.
Wow.
This
Man, that
is the
means a
complete.
lot. That means a lot, bro. And you know what it is, man. Soccer Dad is a movement. It's just not an album. It's just not the name of an album. It's a movement, and you just have to look deep into it, man. It's like, if you look at the acronym of it, is seeing our cherished children eternally rewarded day after day. So when you see a parent on that soccer field, or on that little league baseball field, or on that football field, or that basketball court, you see them cheering with no shame. You see them hooting and hollering. You see them wearing t-shirts and holding up signs. They don't care what anybody think. At that moment, they there for their child. They there to see their child get to the goal line. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the same time, it could go either way. The referee can make bad calls and get cussed out. Another parent can heckle your child and get punched in the face. And if they want to take it deeper than punched in the face, the town and country has a stash spot, but we don't want to go there because we want to protect our children. I want to make sure your children make it home. I want to make sure my child make it home. So to me, that parent at that little league game is the rawest image of love and hustle and grind that you will ever see. Wow. And that's where I'm at with it with Soccer Dad. That's why you hear, that's why it opens up with Raging Angel, because you can see the nicest parent turn into an animal while they rooting for their child. You know what I'm saying? You turn into LeVar Ball. You know what I'm saying? Like you turn into Joe Jackson. Like you don't know how many different phases of parenting you're going to see on that field. You know what I'm saying? So that's what fatherhood is. Then you go into songs like The Commute, where
that one hit hard, man.
You know, some people look at The Commute like, oh, he's just talking about driving his kid to a soccer game. But no, it's about the whole car ride symbolizes me navigating them through life. And at the same time, when I'm pulled over by the cop, I'm still being respectful.
Yes.
But I'm letting it be known that, hey, I'm trying to get my son to the game. I'm not here to harm you. I'm not here to harm nobody. I just want to see him win. You know what I'm saying? Which takes us in the Soccer Dad. Now we're at the game. You heckle my child, the ref make a bad call, we go have an issue. You know what I'm saying? That town and country has a stash spot. And if you really want to take it, then we can move into some headshots. So we go into headshot. You know what I'm saying? Then we go into stick to the script. Hey, either you a parent at the game cheering or you want to get into some gangsters yet. Either way, stick to the script. How you go take us to war when you know you a bitch? You know what I'm saying? Stick to the script. Then it goes into other stuff like Papa Free. I just want to rap. I just need a break. Sometimes after the practices and the game days, you just need a break to let loose, man. You know what I'm saying? Then you move ahead to the different titles like Do Better. Like, okay, I got that rest. Now I'm ready to get back in there and do better. You know, by all means necessary. The Price of Freedom is just me telling people, hey, you know what I'm saying? You have to understand that you have the freedom to make these choices so that you can do better. You know what I'm saying? And then you move into other songs like Underground Ballin', that's basically just saying, hey, look, I got the bread to go out and buy big ass jewelry, but my kids can't eat jewelry. I'd rather buy real estate. I'd rather invest. You know what I'm saying? I might go to Vegas and ball out for a day, but I'm coming right back home. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here to try to impress you on that level. I'm more so trying to impress my children with reassuring them that they'll be set up to have a successful life and future. And then, you know, we got other songs like In All Fairness, just letting people know, you know, did I treat you wrong? No, I gave you all of me every time. Every full-length album, single, or mixtape, from My Kids Need a Coat to, you know what I'm saying, the Fatt Father self-titled album, to Fatherhood, to King Father, I was always honest with you. To number one, when I'm just saying, you know, I done seen some L's, but my children, me making sure they are right is the number one priority in my life. And then we just end it with truth. I give you my wrongs. I give you my rights. I give you most of my days and some of my nights. I give you the truth. So that's Soccer Dad in a nutshell, man.
They're going to be in for a surprise, man. Wow.
Word.
That was amazing, man. And I made sure that I listened to it when I was completely focused, because after looking everything up and checking you out and reading everything, I said, nah, man, I need to listen to this. So I made sure that I was taking a long ride, and I said, yo, I listened to the whole album, one track after another, and I was like, wow, it's
I
insane.
appreciate it.
And shout out to Foul Mouth, man. That guy
Yeah,
put
definitely.
it down, man.
Definitely. Let me say that too. While I sat there and broke down the whole album, I couldn't have done it without the canvas that Foul Mouth provided.
I was about to say that.
He provided the field. He provided the soccer field. You know what I'm saying? If he didn't provide the field, I wouldn't have had no game to commute to in this particular situation. You know what I'm saying? So big shout out to Foul Mouth, one of the hardest working producers
Yes.
in the game.
Yes. Man, so like I was telling you, I had to bring you here today so that, you know, the people that know you, they can keep congratulating you. And the people that don't know you, they can start now, man. Because what you're bringing to hip hop is a whole nother atmosphere of realism and the way you carry yourself. My brother, you're a gift to this art, man. And you know what? We don't tell each other that too much. So I want to tell you from my heart that I appreciate what you're doing, man. Definitely appreciate.
I appreciate you, brother. And let me say, man, I appreciate you, bro, because you got a lot of people out there who, if you know, if they don't get hit up with an interview by damn shit, who's somebody by Charlemagne the God, or you know what I'm saying, which much love and respect to those cats.
Yes.
But man, it's people like you, man, the true believers, man, the true supporters. I don't take it for granted, brother. And I just want you to know that I see you. I see you. I appreciate you, and I love you for showing me love and respecting what I do, because if it wasn't for you helping me get the word out there or utilizing your platform to spread my music, man, then I would be nowhere, bro. So I just want you to know that, man, and I want to extend that olive branch to let you know anytime you want to kick in anything you may need, whether it's a drop, whether it's an interview, whatever, man, the case may be, bro. I got you, because I appreciate the support, man, for real.
Thank you, man. Thank you. And shout out to Pat, man. He's such a
much love to Pat.
That
man.
guy is like a whole nother world too with that, man. Definitely. Yeah, man. I appreciate those kind words, brother. No, nobody has ever told me that, man. You know, so I appreciate that, definitely, man. But yeah, man. This is Let's Chop It Up with Zaz, and today was a special, man. No doubt. Fatt Father, man.
Word. Much love, man. Thanks for having me.
Don't get no better than this, man. All right, y'all. Peace.
Peace.
Yeah. Might as well. You already know Zaz is tapped in. Yeah. Got your auntie tapped in. Got your nephew tapped in. Got your mama tapped in. All your friends tapped in. Might as well tap in. Come on. Got your auntie tapped in. Got your mama tapped in. Got your daddy tapped in. All your friends tapped in. Might as well tap in. Come on. Woo, let's go.